Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
All my WTPers. Oh, beautiful studio audience. Love the studio audience.
Yeah, we love them.
Is that what our fans are called? WTPers?
I think
Please no.
How about just peers?
No.
Peers is kind of interesting.
How about dubs? All my dubs. Welcome back to What the Podcast. I'm Ryan.
And I'm John.
Together we are,
Ryan and John.
as always, on the couch. We've got the lovely, spectacular wife of mine, Cara Tafolla.
Yes, that is me.
Okay. All right.
I
Thank
pushed
you.
him too close to my eyeballs.
Yeah, I see that. And joining us this week, just an absolute treat. We've got joining us in the studio, Annie the Skovmand.
A real treat.
Thank you. I'll be here all
The
week.
lovely, always fresh, never frozen.
And he means that too.
And I'm not just blowing smoke here. Hold on one second.
Oh, wow. That was intense.
I feel like I felt that in my throat.
Drinking a
Is that weird?
vanilla Coke. Let's try it.
You know what?
Speaking
of
that's
Coke,
liquid gold around here, man. That's
You
liquid
know-
gold.
the big news about
Why are you always
Coca-Cola
speaking
brand.
of Coke, Annie?
Well, I'm not usually
That's
speaking
a good
about it.
question.
Okay, just all right. Go ahead.
It's Pepsi brands have been at Costco notoriously for years.
Yes.
Costco's switching over to Coca-Cola products.
Thank God. Thank God.
I just looked into this. In 2013, they did the switch. They had Coke products, and in 2013 they switched to Pepsi
Pepsi.
products, which, by the way,
Bad.
horrible. Maybe
Bad.
that's where it all started going
Whoa.
down for me. But maybe this is where everything gets corrected.
Is Minute Maid Pepsi owned? So is it like is
Huh.
it just the switch of the like colas, or is it like
I think it's
everything
all
owned by
Coca-Cola products. So we're getting Dr. Pepper back, obviously, because
Oh,
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
it's a Coke product.
What was that?
Dr. Pepper's Coke
Dr.
product.
Pepper.
Dr. Paper.
I don't drink Dr.
Root
Pepper.
beer.
Because Mr.
Fanta.
Pibb is Pepsi.
I'm going to work on being nicer to Annie. That's kind of one of my 2025
Oh.
goals.
Actually, I don't take charity, so thanks.
It's not charity. It's just a personal goal of mine. It has nothing to do with you.
It's not
actually.
about you, and
On
it has
your
everything
bingo
to do
card
with
for
John.
this season was to scare me.
And I did. I did.
Did you?
That was
On
terrifying.
the 1st of this year, January 1st, she was downstairs like
I was
doing
doing
cooking
laundry.
whatever, and I just was able to sneak up on her like right behind her,
Uh-huh.
and I said, "Happy New Year." She's like, "Ah!"
That was terrifying.
Wow, on the first day of the year.
And I felt really good about it. I just felt like it was good.
Now you're done with that. You're going to be nice to her.
Oh no, I have to do it multiple times.
Oh.
In small print on that square, it says 15 times.
Oh, scare Annie. Just like an ongoing scare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I'm
love
gonna do it.
that.
I'm gonna do
Okay,
it.
sure.
Okay.
Great.
But being nicer to me, that's a different
That's a
square,
separate
No,
journey.
thing.
yeah, that's just separate. I just feel like some days I'm a little harsh on you, but
I get that.
it's probably nothing.
I get that. What's that? It's like,
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, what she said.
I hit Kara with this one all the time. I just go, you need to start being nice to me. She'll
that
say
is
something like,
true.
we'll be
That's why I'm
laughing
hanging out
and
with Annie too
joking.
much.
Yeah. We'll be laughing and joking.
Hey.
Haha. And then Carol say something that's like the most foul thing I've ever heard a person say in my
Kara
life.
And you're like,
can
"Oh,
get
She'll
you.
hit you where it hurts the most.
It's
And
so
then I just
funny.
go, you need to be nice to me. Because it's true. She does.
I do 3 nice things. When someone has kind of hurt
Yeah,
my feelings, I'm like,
see,
3 nice
I
things.
don't play
You have
that
to say
game
3 nice
anymore.
things about me.
I don't play that game anymore with her.
Yeah,
You
because then
you don't buy into it?
then his game is that he couldn't possibly think of 3 nice
3?
things. Yeah.
Seems like a lot.
It's a lot.
I
In
can
the
think
moment.
of 3 nice things about you guys. They don't have
No,
to be deep.
Go ahead.
No, but you see, that's the problem. Is like it's not that genuine. Then
3
If
nice
it- if they're
things.
not-
I just need to.
3 nice
I'm-
things. Go. Me.
You're
Good try.
funny.
Okay.
You have nice eyes.
Okay.
And you're
Okay.
always there for your friends.
Don't talk to my husband like that.
That's what I say.
Okay. Hold on a
I
second.
feel a little.
That the best is you could tell that Kara had that freeloaded.
Do
She
something.
was-
Do something. I will say
No,
that
wait,
those
here you
3
go.
things.
Wait, that was so good.
Annie asked
Wait.
me over coffee the other day
So
3
funny.
things that I liked about
No,
myself.
first, Ryan, you asked me. You go, what do you like the most about yourself? I was like,
No,
"Aw."
no,
you asked me
no,
first because I was like,
no.
that's such an insane question.
Not true. Not true.
That is not
You fully
true.
provoked it.
No, you asked me first.
We were just having a lovely little coffee
It
chat.
was. It was a lovely.
so
it was
nice.
a lovely. What when you're thinking inside, what's it called?
Introspective.
Thoughts.
Introspective. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh. All thoughts are inside, by the way. Until you speak them, then they're words.
Not
Okay, what were
Annie's.
the 3 nice things you liked about yourself?
You just said them. My eyes and how I'm funny and how I'm there for people.
Oh, that's what I was.
That was
so you should
literally-
think of the 3 nice
You
things.
just recall the conversation we had.
Awesome.
Well, no, you said you thought your eyes made you special.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of special, we had a really special weekend at the Grammys. That's kind of a transition, right?
I feel like every year on this show we get less.
We do
And less.
quite a bit of awards coverage on this show.
Yeah.
Well, it's only during awards months.
It's so interesting to me. Just these moments where these people that we've chosen to be famous, these celebrities get together
That is true.
and they give each other awards, little trophies,
The gold men.
and they pat themselves on the back. And
We really did that, didn't we?
yeah, we do, and we actively do it. Yeah,
Ugh.
we choose new ones every year, and there was a new crop this year, which we talked about how I feel like formative last summer was for music. I think a lot of new stars, new people came out, and they all showed up this Grammys. I'm talking Sabrina won a Grammy, Chappell Roan won Best New Artist. We got Charlie XCX had a win.
Doji.
Nothing for Doechii got Best New Rap Album or Best Rap Album. Nothing for Billie Eilish. We hate her. Nothing for Taylor Swift. We hate her.
Taylor Swift didn't win anything. Or she
Not a
didn't put
thing.
anything out.
Not a thing. She did.
Tortured
Tortured
Poets
Poets. It was up
Oh, yeah,
for
nobody liked it.
Album of the Year. Wasn't good.
Yeah.
But Beyonce shocked the world by finally syncing her best album
And
of the year.
first black artist to win best country album.
That's right. It was the double whammy.
Yeah.
And then the cameras cut to Casey Musgraves, and she kind of made like a
Really?
face.
Well, I think a lot of people were in the
because
country
it was
world.
not true.
It's not country.
It was not
Yeah,
a country
yeah.
album.
That's kind of the feedback, and honestly, I kind of agree. I feel like
I mean,
it's
what
kind of
makes it
It was
country?
pop.
You know, her whole thing was like, well, I'm a girl
I'm
from
from
Texas.
Texas.
I know country. I'm
remember,
allowed to do
remember
country.
when it was like right before she was teasing the album. None of
Yes.
the music had come out, but it was like she had dropped like a cowboy hat or whatever, and it was
Uh-huh.
like. And we were all talking about, oh, she's doing country because
that
she
she
wants
can-
to win Album of the Year.
Yes,
And
yes.
that seems to be the only way she can do it. And then now we're living that reality.
It happened. I mean, it
Yeah.
played out exactly. I mean, she's a genius. I'll say that was the move. Clearly, she did it. She got the
Well,
album,
and she had
uh,
her husband complain last year.
Yeah, well, I don't
on
know if that
stage.
sunk the win for her, but we did
I
talk
don't know.
about
That
that
sunk
pretty
the win at lip
destroyed.
sync a couple times.
What's that?
So.
Go ahead. You're talking about
Damn.
lip sync battle.
Complaining about not winning does win you the lip sync. That has
That
been
is
proven
true.
to
Well, yeah.
work.
Wait a
I mean,
minute. I mean, you
play
got to
your
know
st-
your audience.
Play to your
Yeah.
strength, I guess.
Play to your strength. Complaining.
I know the lip syncs, as we've talked about, like just-
Rigged.
it's getting more and more like
It's fake.
it's like people doing numbers about numbers,
About the
that
numbers that
didn't
they're
were
doing.
in order to win, and it's like it's
Say what you want about it, John. It's my favorite part of lip sync
I
battle
know.
is the
I know.
ongoing
I know.
story, and apparently everyone's because
There's always
it
new people
wins.
every year, and then but what the hard part about these like multiverse layered numbers is like,
serialized.
some people come and they go, I didn't really understand the first half of that, and they're like, well, and then
That's
you have
fine.
people explaining going like, well, like 3 years ago,
No, like last year
Ryan
he
did
didn't
this
win.
Jeff Bezos thing, and then the second year he did like a different Jeff Bezos thing, and then the third thing is like him doing all the numbers from the last 3 numbers, Spider-Verse, you know.
And if you didn't see those, well, it's because this guy did this and that guy did that, and
Yeah,
those
it
were
was
the
you.
winners.
You
So good.
properly
The lore.
recreating other wins
Oh, I don't know
was
about crappily.
crazy.
I thought it was good.
Crappily.
Well, no. I
First
mean,
of all,
it
is that a
Wait,
word?
hold on.
Hold on.
Let's check the scoreboard. Yeah, I won that year. So you tell me
No, but I
whether or
mean,
not
like,
it was crappy.
The videos I have of you, pretty drunk,
Yeah.
in a black Walmart corset,
Maybe.
with a wig, trying to recreate.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, you know
like
what?
My
Dallas.
bustier.
I'll put this in too.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
had
clip
this
it.
on my
So
laptop.
good.
Oh,
This
there
is
I
the-
am.
Oh,
This is the photo.
Wow, my
of
you
the
threw that
bustier.
cup of
my cans are
whatever you're-
rocking in that picture.
Yeah,
what
why
the
are you
hell?
standing like that?
I posted this photo on Instagram, and a lot of people were like, "What is going
Who
on
is
here?"
that?
How do you think
I
Look
anybody?
at your
Iconic.
feet. You're
If you have
you're
to
in
ask-
first position too.
If you have to ask, I mean,
Yeah, you were not lip
come on,
sync.
go to lip sync battle.
No,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
true.
one of my favorite wins.
Back to the Grammys.
Yeah, go
Let's stay
Grams,
on.
the
Let's stay
Grams.
on. Lip sync battle. See you this summer.
Oh,
All right.
I can't wait. July 18th.
July 18th.
It's gonna be awesome.
The Grammys. Big winner of the night, I feel. Not Beyonce, but Kendrick Lamar.
Yep, he
Won
sweeped.
every category he was nominated for. best music video, best rap song, song of the year. 2 others that
Record of the year, I think.
record of the year.
Was Drake at the Grammys?
No.
Drake was nowhere to be seen. Kendrick wearing the denim on denim, aptly known as the Canadian
In
tuxedo,
tuxedo.
a nod to our Canadian friend Drake.
Dang.
Got him. Can you imagine
So rough.
a diss track about you being maybe a pedophile wins song of the year
Mm-hmm.
and every celebrity in the room is singing A minor? Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be so embarrassing.
Yeah.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah.
This is all kind of furthering what I believe. Like these award shows they're kind of devolving. I think a little bit.
Go ahead.
I don't think they hold as much weight as they used to. I think there are artists out there that like would like to win a Grammy, but I'm not sure winning a Grammy is the goal like it used to be 20 years ago or even 10 years ago.
Did you see that Sabrina Carpenter can now eat McDonald's?
Go ahead.
Why?
So she did an interview a couple years ago, and it was one of those weird like BuzzFeed ones where it's like, try different fast foods and blah, blah, blah. And McDonald's comes on and she goes, I've never had McDonald's.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but I can't try this because I have told myself that once I get to a certain spot and receive a certain thing, then I can eat McDonald's. So everyone then was like,
Weird.
she needs to win a Grammy. That's her promise to herself.
won a
Is
Grammy?
once she wins a Grammy, she can try McDonald's.
Okay.
So now
Pass.
everyone is like,
Pass.
she can try McDonald's now.
That's
Ugh,
kind of weird. But
hate
we're
that.
fully in that Ozempic era, starve yourself,
Yeah,
right?
it's
I
not a
mean,
Starve yourself
What is-
thing. There's
what is
just
that-
no
that
was-
McDonald's.
But what is that?
that
But
was
what does
fully your
McDonald's represent?
Stage mom was like, you can't have McDonald's because if you gain too much weight,
Until you
won't
win a
get
Grammy.
roles.
Until you win a Grammy.
Yeah,
Who
that
said that
feels
for
like
her?
childhood
Her or the
trauma.
label? Who said
No, I
that?
felt like it was her mom who was
Mrs.
taking
Carpenter?
her to auditions as a child
Mrs.
for
Carpenter.
child acting.
What's so
Didn't
sad
she
though
have
is
a
I
bad
I
relationship
feel
with
like
her
if you didn't grow up
normal?
with McDonald's, you're not gonna like it,
Mama
Yeah.
Carpenter.
right?
A lot of
Yeah.
I don't know. I like McDonald's.
Because
but not
eating
because
it since you were a kid.
No, I think it's good.
Okay.
McDonald's? Not because of the
Is
history.
it part of it kind of nostalgic though?
No, I think it's fine. I mean, it's
I feel
good.
like if I
It's
tried
not
those
like-
chicken nuggets
Out of
today,
all
I'd be
the
like,
fast
"Ugh."
food. You'd
You're-
like,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no.
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah, yeah.
what I'm saying is it's good.
You're
I mean,
telling
it's
me
trash.
You've never just wanted like some McDonald's fries.
No.
and a
I'm
McFlurry?
talking about someone who has never
Yeah,
had it in their
her.
life.
Still
Sabrina
good.
Carpenter.
If they try it now, if they're like,
yeah, it'd be bad. It'd be bad.
I will. Well, maybe
It
you're right.
would
Maybe
be
there's
bad.
hype. There's hype around it, but
No, it's
I
good
don't
because
think-
I
I
there's
don't
no
know
hype
what you're
around
saying.
it
you're
anymore.
saying it's good. I think it's good because I've been conditioned.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because it was shown as like a sweet treat. Like, oh my gosh, like we could go get McDonald's.
I
If
know.
this,
I,
yeah.
I mess with a quarter pounder with cheese for sure.
See, I
I'd be
never,
eating that.
I haven't gotten.
Oh, they're
their
good.
burgers in years.
They're good.
There
But
was
I
a
also
day where I
like-
literally was craving McDonald's Sprite, and I just went through the drive-through. Just got a
Poor
Wow,
Sprite.
Sabrina.
just a
Oh, the
Sprite.
Sprite.
Poor Sabrina Carpenter.
Poor Sabrina. Well, I mean, not anymore. Now she can eat McDonald's.
I know. And our girl
Yeah.
Chaperone.
Chapel.
Chapel Roan, Best New Artist. Let's go. Oh, there it is. Best New Artist. She took her moment on the stage to talk about how studios don't provide health care or a livable wage to up-and-coming artists, which is true.
True.
These labels put new artists through their paces basically like they're animals to the slaughter.
And then they'll drop them.
Yeah, they'll give them this big advance to make the album, to make the record, but if it's not successful, it's like you still owe that money back to
Yeah.
the label, right? And so not offering benefits unless you're like making money actively, it's like there's no
Yeah.
help for these up and coming artists. So that was kind of her whole bit. She also had some pretty good messages about trans people. There was a lot of that, kind of, hey, you matter, you exist. We're not going to just let this administration pretend like you don't. So
Well, her
I
whole
thought that was
her
pretty
whole
good.
shtick is an homage to drag queens.
Yeah.
So
She owes it to him.
yep.
Wow.
Pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, there wasn't anything really dramatic. Well, not true. We had a naked girl on the red carpet.
my God.
Yeah,
That's true.
that was
Who promptly
insane.
got kicked out.
Do
after
we
that.
know her name?
Her
Bianca?
I forget.
Bianca.
West now.
Chianki or something?
She's married to Kanye
Chianki?
West now.
Kanye
Kanye
West's
West.
wife.
Yeah, newest wife.
Bianca.
who looks just like Kim Kardashian.
Bianca Censori.
Sensory. That's what it is.
Censori. More like
Yeah.
Bianca Uncensored.
And sensory.
Yeah.
More like Bianca Uncensored.
She has been known
Crazy.
where Kanye has used her as.
Damn it. Where's the rim shot?
Oh, the rim shot.
More like, let me
They
try
might
one more
have
time.
got booted.
More like Bianca Censori. Damn it. I messed it up.
That's right.
Whatever.
That's right.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Annie.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Kanye's
I'll
been
fix
known
it.
to kind of. Well, Kanye has been known to be controlling over his wife's
Partners.
his partner's outfits.
Yes.
He basically dressed Kim Kardashian the whole time that they were together,
That's crazy.
and so
Didn't they
since-
wear like trash bags out in public one time?
It was all
Wasn't
of
he wearing
his
a trash
line.
bag?
It was like
Yeah.
his fashion line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with Bianca, he has made some like weird statements with her, like dressing her in these like really weird outfits.
Mm-hmm.
This arguably being the strangest of
Yeah.
them.
Where she was wearing just kind of this thin, sheer, very see-through, skin-colored fabric, basically,
It
just like
wasn't-
a
it
sheen
truly,
of.
It was like
She was naked.
She was
She'd be
naked.
naked out on the red carpet.
It was
She
like
had this big
cellophane.
furry jacket on, and then at the moment where, they've done this before in public, but this one was like way more. It seems like way more revealing. Like she's been out naked in public before in skin tight stuff. But she whips off this jacket on the red carpet, and even you can see in the clip, all the photographers are like, "Oh, wow, that was
Yeah.
shocking! Oh my
And
gosh,
she's
Bianca!"
literally
I mean,
like
they're
pulling it down. It's like, why are you pulling it down?
very
If it went all the way
strange.
up, it doesn't
very
change
strange.
how it looked.
And Kanye's just standing there like, "Yep, what's up?"
In all black,
and
fully
Yeah.
covered.
clothed. That's
Fully
what-
clothed.
Yeah,
It's
I have
pretty
my issue
gross.
with
It's
that.
pretty
Yeah,
gross.
bro, be naked too.
Yeah.
No,
it's-
that's not it. It seems like it's a weird
She's his Barbie doll.
power thing. Yes, like I've got control of this woman, and I'm gonna make her.
And it doesn't help that her body is literally the exact same as Kim's.
Oh, is that? You think so?
They're
Yeah.
built the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm-
very similar builds.
I of course
it-
haven't seen the picture because I love.
I'm
my
the one who
wife.
had to
I
show
wouldn't
him
look at
last
something like
night.
that.
It looked extremely.
You
she
wouldn't
looks
show 'em last
extremely
I
uncomfortable.
would never look at that.
It just does not look good.
Yeah. And then
It's
they
creepy.
were
It sh-
kicked out.
It screams creepy.
They were kicked out right
Oh,
after red carpet because
they
they were
didn't
never
go.
they weren't invited to
They
the
weren't
Grammys.
invited. Yeah, they didn't have
Was
an
he
invite.
banned?
No.
Uh-uh.
Did he get the
well,
ban?
Because remember the whole.
I
Taylor
thought he
Swift
was
thing.
banned for 10 years and then that was it.
Oh no, that might have been Will Smith.
I think
Has
Will
it been 10 years?
Oh.
Really?
That was the
Wow.
Will
I don't
Smith
think-
Oscar
I don't think
situation.
that-
Did he
no,
get
because
banned for the Taylor
Kanye,
Swift
no, Kanye
situation?
did not get banned for Taylor Swift because then he went up like he was gonna do it again with
Right.
with who was it? Someone.
With Beyonce.
No, with
And it
someone
was, like,
else.
A bit.
With it was a guy. A guy was winning it, and the guy was like, "No, yeah, come on up," and then kind of like, "Haha, no," and
Oh,
like
yeah,
sat
I
down.
remember
He was
that.
like, "Okay, yeah."
arguably funny.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
funny.
okay. So he would from the jump, the Grammys notified his team that he was not allowed. He was prohibited to come to the event, and
This year?
the decision was because of due to his concerning online behavior. They stated.
Oh,
His being a Nazi, black
Yeah.
Nazi of it all,
Yeah.
being a Trump
Which-
supporter.
understandable. They said we don't need any like crazy things happening, and then he
Mhm.
brought his naked wife.
I mean, he's
So-
like, okay, but what about this? And they
But
said,
have you
no,
thought
that's
about my naked
exactly what
wife?
we're talking about.
He said
Something
that's
like
exactly
that.
what we were trying to avoid.
Yeah. He's
It's
not
a
doing
freak,
well,
yeah.
it seems. He's not doing well.
Jeez.
Not
Unreal.
doing well.
I was watching a clip recently because all this stuff is coming out about the SNL 50 year. They're
Mhm.
releasing these documentary about making SNL and SNL over the years, and they were talking about that moment where the last time he hosted, I think, or musically guest starred, and at the end at Good Nights, he like jumps on the mic and starts saying all this crazy stuff about
It
like
was Trump's first.
it was
no,
like
second.
during his first term.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something
because
like that.
it was 2018. So Trump had been
His
president
second
for 2
running.
years,
And
Oh,
they
he'd been
were
running
all
for
just
2 years. He was in
standing there like,
office.
what the heck? And Keita Thompson's like, I got off that stage. I had to get out. I was not
I
going to
think
be
it was
standing
when
next
like
to this guy.
when like the next elections was like preliminaries.
yeah.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, yeah,
It was, like, around
sure,
that time.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Gnarly stuff.
Yeah.
He's
Well, BuzzFeed put out an article about it.
okay.
BuzzFeed's still around, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
and
Good for
they
them.
had this moment where they say in their article they're like, the music industry is still working with these shitty people,
Uh-huh.
promoting these shitty people, and then inviting all these shitty people to their big fancy events. Like, can't we just have a cycle where we start promoting people who are worth it? And I was like,
Mm.
and then it's like they come and do crappy things like this, and you're like, yeah, well, we could see that coming.
I think far and away beyond that, I mean, Kanye is his own case. I think
Yeah.
the rest of everyone was pretty tame this
Yeah.
year regarding the Grammys. I think,
Yeah.
there was no big upsets. There was no like.
I think it was actually pretty much a win for the people. I think everyone who won really deserved it.
I would say so. I don't think there was anyone really. I mean, the question about Beyonce.
Yeah.
That's its own.
But I think it was a
it's
good
not- it's-
album. I'll
it's-
say it was
yeah.
good.
It's not like, and it's also not like overshadowing the event. I mean, there's just a lot of online.
What was
talk
she up
about whether-
against?
Taylor
Swift.
Chapel, Taylor, Charlie,
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina, and then random
Jacob
ones.
Collier.
Jacob Collier got nominated for Best Album again, which I don't know about him. Andre 3000 had a nom, which I didn't even. I missed it completely.
Troye Sivan got nominated for something. Best song, best artist.
Maybe pop.
Yeah.
Pop.
Dance record or something.
He
That went to
got
Charlie
interviewed-
XCX.
He got interviewed on the red carpet, and they're like, how do you, like, you know, beyond getting nominated, like, you could win. And it was after they had already announced. And he's like, oh no, I already lost. The
Awesome.
interviewer's like, oh,
If you were
I'm
him,
so sorry.
wouldn't you be like, I will never win with who I'm up against?
what?
You know?
Who?
If you were Troye Sivan, up against who? Charlie.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like his current. But I mean,
He's pretty niche.
I still
He is
think of him
niche.
as, you know, YouTube Troye Sivan. I don't
Yeah.
even think of him as like
Artist.
An artist.
Like when they did that SNL skit with Timothy
Timmy.
Chalamet, and they were making fun of him. I was like, that's such a deep cut, but like he is a huge name.
Yeah.
Like lots of people listen to him.
Sure.
He was nominated for a Grammy.
Guys, we got a new Final Destination movie coming out.
Oh
No.
God.
Wait, really?
Yeah, May 16th. Final Destination.
Oh.
Bloodlines.
Great.
What?
Wild.
I love a cheesy
We
horror
love it.
movie.
Oh, did we not talk about it?
Go ahead.
We haven't. We saw it last week. We haven't talked about it.
Oh,
Presents.
Presents? Yeah, absolutely. We should talk about Presents.
John, let's hit us with your gut reaction. First synopsis. To
First,
the movie.
well, first what we thought we were walking into.
Take it away, John.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
think-
hear your perspective on it.
It was kind of billed as like I thought it was billed more like a scary movie in the promotion, but it's really more of a suspense. I don't think it's scary at all.
No.
Because it's the whole thing is they were kind of like pitching it as like, oh, you are a part of the movie, like you're kind of POV the movie. No, and that was all you got ahead of time. But the movie was actually like you were the ghosty in the whole thing. Like basically it was POV of the ghost. And so that's I think what made it less, not really scary and more suspense, is like you kind of like were you weren't like watching from a viewer standpoint, like you were the one doing all the ghost things. And pretty terrible movie, I'll say, top to bottom. Like the writing was bad, and I don't know why this is the case, because I feel like we were on a really good run of movies that were really well written, and like even in the last 5 years, all the movies that were coming out are
I mean,
like
horror movies in general?
I just
or-
think a lot of the mainstream movies were like the writing was super strong, and then like I feel like this last year, some of these really big movies like have the weirdest
Flopped.
little like lines, and
Yeah.
like the writing is just weird,
Mhm.
you know. I don't know why that is, but this was one of those things where it was
Well,
like,
we did have. I mean, we had a writer's strike. We did have.
yeah, true.
A lot. I mean, so a lot of these projects that kind of probably had deadlines during that, 4 months or whatever it was, 3 months, probably landed right there, and
And
they had to make do with what they had.
Doesn't help when you've not good actors either.
Well, it's weird because Lucy Liu's a great actress.
yeah, and
Everyone else in the movie
and
was
the
bad.
guy
Well,
that
her
was
stuff
playing
was
her
written.
dad.
I think their dialogue was fine. It was the kids'
Yeah, the
dialogue.
kids
Yeah, the
were not
kids
good.
sucked.
The kids' dialogue was like
It's
they wrote it to be elementary dialogue.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked truly if it comes out that this was an AI script.
Yeah.
Because it felt like
yeah,
that. It
yeah,
was
that's
like,
true. That's true.
What?
Which is weird because Steven
There were so
Soderbergh was
many
the
plot
director,
holes,
and he's
too.
like one of my favorites.
Ryan,
I mean,
hit
he
us
did.
with the synopsis of what the storyline is supposed to be. That way, if
Oh,
people
well,
listen,
there's
they're like,
it's
what?
kind of a run-of-the-mill movie. Spoilers for Presents, by the way. It's a run-of-the-mill, like, haunted house movie where this family moves into this house, and then it turns out there's a ghost. But like John said, like, the whole time you're viewing the POV of the ghost. So it's as if the ghost has like a GoPro on his head. And it's literally like moving around, following the characters, like getting really up close to them. And then they'll kind of look right at the camera and go, what is that? Did you feel that? What was it? I don't know. Oh, it was probably nothing. We find out like the young girl, her friend died recently. And so she kind of thinks that this presence in the house is her friend.
And it's living in her closet.
Kind of weird.
Yeah,
and like,
the first shot is this house is completely empty, and you find out it's being sold to this family.
yeah.
So you're kind of like, the first part of it is you're kind of thinking this is like an old ghost.
Right.
Like this house is haunted.
Yeah.
But you don't even know it kind of lets off kind of 15 minutes into the movie where you're like, oh, we are the presence. I literally leaned over to John and I go, I think we're the ghost. I think we are the presence. We're the spirit. And then by that point you're just kind of like, okay,
I would have rather
whatever.
us be the spirit and never knew who it was.
Nothing
instead
of great
finding out what it
consequence
actually was.
happens.
Yeah.
Like a medium shows up and it's pretty beat to beat.
First,
like,
we have to address it. It just cuts. It cuts to black.
yeah.
There's no transition scenes. It's literally
Oh, it's like the ghost
to
goes.
black.
It's like when the ghost
like
decides to go night.
Yeah.
It went black,
It
and then
literally,
wouldn't
like,
open the next
it
day.
closes its eyes and then it opens its eyes and it's in a different area.
And
It's so
and the
Jarring.
amount of time that it was black would tell you, oh,
How much time passed?
because it would like blink black, and
Uh-huh.
it would just be the same day but a different spot in the house. But then if it was like 3 seconds black, it was the next day.
It was just, I don't know.
It
I
was
think as a
bad.
It was
concept,
bad.
it could have worked. It could have been really good. But like,
Yeah.
it just didn't have like any heft to it. Like,
It's crazy.
the storyline
It's
is just kind of lame.
It was getting good reviews.
I feel like we're crazy people
It was
because we
horrible.
walked out of that movie going, man, that was horrible. Like, nobody's going to see that. It has like a 90% or something on Rotten Tomatoes, like really well reviewed. I'm like, am I
Which
an
is
idiot?
why I don't believe in Rotten Tomatoes. I just
Yeah.
It's
I
usually,
never believe that.
It's usually pretty
Look at
correct.
its
Let's see what it's at
Letterboxd.
right now.
I feel like Letterboxd is more genuine. That's the
What is this
people.
movie called? Presence.
Yeah, I
What's-
think it was just it like you said, the concept was definitely interesting. Like you as a POV, but I also think what took the suspense and the scariness out of it is like you were the ghost. So it was like whereas normally you're kind of watching from like a side view or whatever, it's like it just takes the
There wasn't
scary
really
moment.
Okay, so this
cinematography
is
to
is
it,
interesting.
Yeah.
So the way Rotten Tomatoes works is there's a critic score and then there's a fan score. The critics are like, it basically just compiles reviews from, newspapers or Letterboxd or people that have blogs or whatever. And then it says from 185 reviews, it's giving it an average of 88%.
See, that's
That's
way
pretty
too
high. The fan score is 54%.
Okay.
And that's 500 plus verified ratings. So fans are give or take, but critics are liking it. Maybe because it's kind of art housey and weird and
I don't know. Was it A24?
No.
no. It was, I can tell
I will
you.
say
Was it neon? Was it neon?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw after we saw
Very
it,
good,
I
Kara.
saw a bunch of ads for it again,
Mhm.
and the ads, it's clips from the movie, but they like put a filter on it. It was not the coloring of the movie at all. It's way creepier, way darker, makes it seem way scarier, and then the movie wasn't that at all. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this feels like false advertising.
Not good, unfortunately. I wanted it to be good because I do think it's cool when like a new concept comes along, like the
Same.
POV thing. Like I do think that is an interesting medium to like explore for maybe different genres or I don't know. But
I feel like
Someone's gonna do it so much better
it
now.
gave away
Yeah.
the reveal too quickly. Like, I think that is a great, like, it could have been a big moment when somebody finally looks at the camera, but that happened in the first, like, 5 minutes. And so you kind of were like, okay, so now I'm a ghost. Like
yeah, it's sad. Like I said,
Yeah.
somebody like Kara's right.
Coulda
Somebody will
worked.
do it better. I'm sure.
Somebody will
'cause
do it better.
It was It was just sad. It was just not very good, and it felt like too. It was like a weird length where it wasn't long enough to like explore any of the plot holes or conclude anything. Like it felt like they got through like 80% of the movie, and then they were like, "Oh shoot, we have to."
He literally was like,
"Finish this."
Yeah, it was It was only like an hour and 20-minute movie, and I literally went. It felt like hours long.
Like
Yeah,
2 hours.
It did.
Yep.
Not good, unfortunately, but
Not good.
I
would say.
also watched not in theaters, but I told you guys I watched the movie Here, which is another kind of new concept movie. Which was it's from the same angle.
Robert
the entire
Zemeckis.
movie.
Yes.
And I thought the same. I thought it was cool. It was a cool idea. I thought it was certainly a little better than Presence in terms of execution, but it was I think it was trying to be something artsier than it really was, but. I thought it's cool. It's a cool concept. I'm a big fan of filmmakers trying something new like that and being like, "Hey, we're gonna shoot this whole movie from one angle, or we're gonna shoot this whole movie POV." Like, I think movies deserve that type of innovation because it is kind of cool to play around with that, and I think that, like over time the technology is gonna be better and it's gonna be cool, but just not there yet. The Here was I think the Here had so much more potential. They just had a weird add-ins. I felt like the artsy like. Cutting back in time, I could have done less with. If it was just about the family,
I also feel like just get actors, like I don't know. And my thing is like do really good casting where you get actors at all the ages that look like they could be the same person. It looks like them instead of CGI people who are in their like 60s.
Literally,
70s.
the CGI of Tom Hanks was so bad.
See, I didn't notice it that much, but. I mean, I wasn't really looking for it, and I did watch it at home. I think maybe in a movie scenario you might notice it more.
Yeah.
I think that's another one where the marketing really did a lot of heavy lifting, where it seemed like it was going to be this epic, kind of a sequel, an emotional sequel to Forrest Gump. You've got the same 2 main actors, you've got the same director, and it's this like kind of movie through time, which Forrest Gump kind of is too, and it's like it just didn't really hit the mark. Like you thought.
I will say emotionally, like the storyline of the family and watching all that, like, was really good. Yeah. Like seeing this family kind of build and then digress and then fall apart, and it was like that was like I'm sure a lot of people have that experience. And
did it do more heavy lifting than the like first like 15 minutes of Up?
I don't know.
Talk
Up
about
was so good. I just watched Up recently too. It's crazy.
Good movie.
But yeah, I mean, I think like it was.
You know what they should add to the Oscars? A category Best Trailer. I think that the people that make those trailers are the unspoken heroes.
They're the marketing.
And I think that that's a huge part of.
Funny too because we talk about trailers sometimes. A lot of times, the thing we don't like about trailers is that it gives too much away.
I love a well-made trailer. Do you ever like? Maybe this is a me thing. Do you ever think about a trailer that was like stuck with you more than the movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I think about when The Social Network was coming out. That movie about the Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
About the Facebook. You remember that movie?
About the Facebook.
There's this trailer from that movie. Stay with me. And it's a kids choir singing "Creep" by Radiohead. I'm a creep, but it's intercut with like lines from the movie, and in that movie they're like speaking really fast, and it's like, did you planted that story about the chicken? I'm a weirdo. I think about that trailer.
That's so good
all the time, and it was so good. She's running out. It's like Mark Zuckerberg like out running in the snow in his flip flops, like, amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You ever think about that trailer, John?
I don't remember that one specifically. I never saw that movie. I always wanted to.
Oh, it's good.
But I remember it when it came out.
I think that might be Steven Soderbergh might have made that movie. Same guy that directed Presence. Hold on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we
now,
could
I feel
we
like
could
back
go
in the
down
day-
an IMDb rabbit hole, if you don't
Like-
stop me.
Certainly.
We used to do back in the day. It was like there was like maybe 2 trailers, right?
Sure.
They would put out 2 different trailers.
The big kind of teaser, like
yeah, it was like
David Fincher. Doesn't matter.
there's so many different trailers.
Mm.
I feel like which is part of like the reason we'll go to the movie, right? Is like, oh, I've seen a little scene here, and I've seen a little scene here, and I've seen a little scene here. That Jesse, speaking of Social Network, Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin in
Yes.
the
A real
movie,
pain.
Real Pain. I saw so many different renditions of those trailers that really I was like, oh, I have
need
to
to
see
watch that
it.
one. I gotta
Yeah,
put
I
that
haven't
on
seen
my
it yet
list.
either. But I've been following that press tour. So good. So
I
interesting.
think it's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think it
My
is.
dad hates trailers. She's like, I don't want
Yeah.
to see anything about the movie. He's like, don't tell me who's in it. Let's tell me, like, give me 5 words and then let's go see the movie.
Yeah, it's
I'm
probably
like,
true.
okay, I get it. Heard.
Especially because I
But a
feel like
well-placed trailer, I love.
sometimes trailers, like we talked about, they kind of give up too much. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I think some
Half
of
the time they put scenes in trailers though that didn't even make the cut.
I know. That's
So then when you
true.
watch the movie, you're like,
no, there was
where
a
was
lawsuit about
this?
that.
I heard that too, but
There was
I
a
feel like-
lawsuit. They can't legally do that anymore.
yeah, when we were growing up, they'd make trailers that were like not even in the movie at all. There was this trailer for Monsters Inc. and they were like in the kid's bedroom, and it was like just a funny little scene with the 2 guys, Mike and Sully, and then it was not in the movie. It's not in the movie at all.
Whoa.
I feel like that stuff happened all the time.
Yeah, well, I feel like
Somebody sue
a couple years ago it became there was a lawsuit, and I forget over what exactly.
bastards. We
Tell
can't
you
have
what,
nice things.
The Monsters University. I just watched that a couple weeks ago. That's a good movie.
But Daddy, I love him.
That's such a good movie.
You be watching
I
a lot of
know.
kids movies lately.
Well, it's because I watch my niece once a week, and so
That's right.
we're starting her off, slow, and we're gonna work our way into
nice.
the film
I
class.
was gonna say,
like,
does she even realize what she's
Beats.
watching yet?
What's her favorite these days?
She
What's she, 10 months?
Ooh, I don't. She hasn't indicated what her favorite is, but we watch a lot.
But you
We
can
watch
tell from
Cars.
vibe. Okay.
She likes Cars.
Cars is big.
She was kind of locked into Bug's Life because, Bug's Life we watched today. It's like there's a lot of visually kind of interesting because they're all insects. So
Bugs.
I think they're like it's kind of interesting. I try to think like if what would be interesting from someone who doesn't probably hasn't seen a whole lot, but she was really locked in certain points where she was like you could tell she was really staring at the bug, being like what is that because it's kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
great movie, holds up.
Bug's Life, a timeless classic with a pretty, I'd say these days, relevant storyline. I'd say all the ants rise up against their grasshopper overlords.
That whole monologue from Hopper where he's like, once they realize that they outnumber us,
if you let
100 to
one
1.
ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up.
Oh, such a good monologue.
Yes, I
Come
love
on.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
And
Okay, we're gonna cut that. Right? Oh, to the corner with you.
2022 is when the lawsuit happened.
Thank you.
Universal
See-
Studios got sued for having a trailer that cut out an actress that was not in the final cut of the movie, and her fans ended up suing the studio in 2019,
We can't
and
have
it
nice
settled
things.
in 2022.
We live
Hey,
in the
guess
country
what?
of
She
suing.
didn't make the final cut.
We live
But
in
they
the
saw the
country of
movie because they
lawsuits,
thought she
guys.
did because she was in the trailer.
That is
I was like,
seriously
how
so
in
frustrating.
Dune, the first Dune movie, when Zendaya's all over the trailer, and she's only in like 5 minutes of it.
Can I
But
do
that's
my?
a Drew
can
Barrymore
I do
from
my Dune
Scream
impression?
moment. Yeah, go ahead. Another movie I haven't seen.
Good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
But stacked cast.
Yeah, you were big talk about how you see trailers and then you go see movies. I was like, what movies
Well,
are
I
you
was
going
like,
to see?
You see trailer. Well, like I saw a classic,
We see
Manchester by the
movies.
Sea.
Oh yeah.
Super sad. Watched that, the
movie
other night.
from like 15 years ago.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for it on TikTok. I said I should watch that. And I watched it. It was free on Amazon.
You
watched
amaze
it.
me.
Sad movie. Really,
Really
really,
sad.
really sad.
Any movie
Yeah.
that has like sea or ocean in it is always sad.
sad. You know
It's
that's pretty much true.
It's a
The
metaphor.
only movie for a long time, the only movie I ever cried at, and this was me as like a 14-year-old.
Okay.
I'm ready for it.
The Guardian. It's the Coast Guard movie.
I remember that was
Oh
like
my
episode
gosh.
1 or 2 of the podcast. We talked about
So
how much you like The
sad.
Guardian.
I haven't seen it probably since I watched it at 14, but I remember it was really impactful for me. I don't know why, but
Wow.
When's the last time you cried at a movie?
I cry at movies now because
I be crying at movies.
now that I'm married,
all the time.
like all the sappy stuff really gets me. Like, like
Aw.
couples, like
That didn't get
somebody
you
dies.
before?
Oh no,
Oh.
No, his heart was cold and
Yeah.
broken.
I'll tell you
No.
what. I've DJ'd weddings probably for 5 to 7 years. Pre-Jordan, I could do a ceremony, no problem. Didn't even bat an eye. I'm like, cool. Now I'll do a ceremony, and if like the groom or bride starts saying something really sweet,
Uh-huh.
I'm a mess.
I can't.
Because
can't
I
handle
think
that
of
kind
Jordan,
of stuff
you know?
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
it's tough,
Same.
you know. And I think that's what life is, you know.
And I look
It
over,
changes.
like, teary-eyed, I look over at Cara, and she's like,
Meanwhile,
Kara's the same
Kara's
way. Cara,
bawling
Cara-
during Wicked.
yeah, Cara be crying in movies.
I
too.
cry it like
Oh,
I think every single
Wicked.
movie
That was probably
ever.
last. I cried at Wicked. I was like,
I know.
so if you can't find. Sorry, Eddie. Sorry, my bad.
I just remember somebody being like, "Cara is bawling down there," and I was like, what?
It is waterworks.
I was sitting by myself because I joined late.
Hey guys, guess what?
What?
Somebody else won a Grammy posthumously.
Okay.
President Jimmy Carter.
Hey!
What?
So what do they do with that?
What song did he put out?
He had an album of spoken words.
Okay, and JFK didn't win a Grammy.
The way the HuffPost calls him, they say Carter, the peanut farmer who won the presidency in the wake of the Watergate scandal,
Yeah, let's
died at 100.
It's priorities straight. His peanut farm was his pride and
Carter
joy.
was nominated.
Wait, so he won in the midst of Watergate?
After Watergate.
Really? Did he win because of Watergate?
yeah, he
Well,
was
yeah,
like, I'm
that's
gonna water
Nixon-
that gate. Nixon.
No, Nixon's the whole thing was Watergate
Rajard.
was
Was
he
his
was
downfall
not
of Nixon.
confident that he was going to win the next election, so he had government spies go and look at the people who were running against him.
Whoa.
And then it all came out, and then he was like, "I'm stepping down.
I resign.
Oh, really?
I'm not a crook.
I am not a crook."
I didn't know that. That's
But
cool.
Yeah. he
prior
was
to his passing,
insecure.
Jimmy Carter was nominated in the audiobook, narration, and storytelling recording category at the 2025 Grammys for Last Sundays in Plains, a Centennial Celebration. Recordings from his final Sunday school lesson delivered at Maranatha Baptist Church in Georgia. Musicians Darius Rucker,
When
Leanne
was
Rhymes,
his
John
last
Baptiste
Sunday
are
school,
featured
you
on the
think?
record. It's Carter's fourth Grammy. Okay, President Carter had 3 Grammys,
Dang.
I
and he
feel like
won a 4th.
The fact that they didn't mention that at all when he was like dying.
That says so much about him. Like
3 times
He had
Grammy
so
Award
many
winner.
other things.
His
oh, yeah,
accolades,
and he
I
has
mean,
Grammys.
President,
No. Everyone's
Grammy.
got a Grammy nowadays.
he's got 4
If
now.
you're in LA, they just hand them out.
Well, actually, he's dead. So,
Well,
Yeah, he has nothing
do you
now.
take your Grammys with you when you die?
I certainly would.
No.
I put them in my casket and have them lower.
Sure.
I'm getting cremated. So
I was
that's
gonna say
kinda
we're not
Melt
putting
them
in a
down.
casket,
Melt
right?
them down and then mix my ashes into
Into
the
an
metal,
award and
then
make it the Johnny Award.
Yeah. That's
Done.
exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that.
You got it.
You know,
Oh, I can make that
if you
happen.
could do that, that'd be great.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, man. I was just thinking too about along the lines of Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
We need like a president's podcast. Like we
Okay.
need Obama to sit down with Bush, and those are the only 2. Who else is alive?
Love.
Who else
Bill
is alive?
Clinton.
Bill Clinton. And they just like
Donald
they
Trump.
just
Us.
well, Donnie's
Joe Biden.
Donnie's not
Too hot
Joe
for you right
Biden.
now.
Donnie,
He's a little hot.
Not acting presidents. I'm talking about former presidents.
I
Joe Biden.
think I have a prediction is that when Trump gets out of office, if he doesn't die in the next 4 years, they're gonna interview him, and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, that really got out of hand. That got crazy." He's like, "I didn't even
Because-
believe any of the
because,
stuff I was
said
saying."
some
He's
things,
like, "But
and I
people,
didn't even
but
think it was
people love this
possible."
stuff." I don't think that gives him a pass, but I'm gonna be like, "Okay, that makes sense." Like because the things that are happening in the White House.
True.
Look, we're far
you-
too far into this.
Did you
podcast.
hear that? It was one of the former speakers came out right after Joe was done.
Uh-huh.
He like waited till Joe was like Joe was out of office and was saying like there was such a communication breakdown in the White House. He said he went and saw. He was trying to get a meeting with Joe Biden for like months, and the White House was like, "Oh, he's busy, and he's the Speaker of the House, right?"
Yeah, sure.
And he's like, "No, like
Throw it in line.
I really need to talk to him." Finally, he gets to the thing, whatever, and he's sitting down with Joe Biden. And he's like talking to him, and then he's like, "Hey, by the way, like, why
I've been
did
trying to get this interview.
Why did you signed an executive order that banned European import or exports of natural gas?" He's like, I'm from this state. He's like, and my state like is one of the biggest exports for natural gas into Europe. And he's like, why did you ban that? And Joe was like, I didn't do that. And he's like, I promise you, President, like you did. He's like, oh no, that's a study we're doing. And he's like, no, you banned the export. Like you actually signed it. And the guy was like, I genuinely could tell he had no idea what he signed. Like, and he's like,
I'd
it was
probably
crazy.
be a similar kind of president.
Sure, but
You're taking so many. I mean, let
Well,
alone
as
the
we
fact
know-
that dude's
No,
probably got
they're-
dementia.
yeah,
That
they're just
aside,
as we know,
using
yeah,
that
he-
aside, I don't know if I could do the job.
yeah,
If I could keep my head on straight for more than a day.
No.
You couldn't.
Now Ryan wants to.
You could.
Lock in.
Hit her.
Destroy the
No,
job.
hit her
You would
hit her with
just
it.
do
Ryan,
Hold
hit her-
on.
Ryan, hit her with it.
Hold on. Moving in silence.
Nope, that wasn't what I was thinking about. But
Oh, wait.
hit her with it.
Oh,
Do I look like a fat from this angle?
that's
Wait,
from
what?
a former
That's-
episode.
that's
Hit her with that one.
Oh, it's how we started this episode.
Oh, what's that?
Your catchphrase.
What's my?
Your new catchphrase.
Be nice to me.
Good call. Good call.
You got to give me something.
Yeah,
I,
you
I
gotta
can't.
give me
Kara's
something.
I can't
so
read your
right.
mind.
We've been on
No,
this
Kara,
for
I
far
totally
too
got
long.
you.
We're gonna cut that soundbite out. That's fine.
No. We're keeping that in.
Pretty funny. Oh, and I'm getting the light from my producers. Hey, everybody. This show is brought to you by Patreon. Hey, our Patreon is a way that you can give back to this podcast. We're going to link it down in the bio. For $4 a month, you're going to gain access to the post show. The post show is our show after the show where we get into the weeds. We say, hey, what was that thing you said on the podcast? Hey, can you elaborate on this thing? Nothing like a little post show after the episode to really get into it with the Fab Four, Annie, Kara, John, Ryan. We're going to talk about some stuff we may take the filter off. You know what I'm saying? We're going to say anything and everything. So support us down there, $4 a month, Patreon. Guys, we love you. We thank you and appreciate you for doing that. And we love, just rallying around every week, doing this podcast.
Love it.
It was a little politics light this week.
Which is good. Probably good.
Didn't even get into the fact that the tariffs are kicking in 30
yeah.
days. The stock market's probably going to crash.
TikTok's gonna be gone.
Nazis are on the rise. Who knows what we're going to talk about in this post show. But check it out down below. And yeah, we love you. We appreciate y'all. And on the couch, as always, Cara Tafolla, Annie the Skovmand. I'm Ryan.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next week on
What the Podcast!
I hit the wrong button, but it doesn't matter. Studio audience, we love you. Oh, amazing. Vanilla Coke. Kind of tastes like sarsaparilla.
You guys should be voice actors.
Not interested.
Bye.